guys, welcome back to my channel. So I actually got some people who said they wanted me to film a video about why I quit my job.
On my iPad, I literally typed up some notes because I wanted it to not be like, oh, I just hate them. I wanted to like show y'all I actually have reasons. So let's just jump right on in because I have like hell of bullet points.
So off the bat, all tea, all shade, you guys make so much money as a company, but your employees don't get any other discounts besides one free meal that day that they work. Like, they have to work that day and they get one free meal. You can get some soda in a water cup. As a part, they have very strict grooming standards, which
your company, you've made plenty of money, you've gotten to the point where you can have these grooming standards, you've gotten to the point where you can say this is what you don't like, and this is what you do like, and you know, as a company, you're able to make that decision, and the people that work for you are also able to make the decision whether or not they want to put up with that.
I have to wear a stupid hat. You have to put this hat on your head.
it's freaking shaped like a cone. So this looks like a baseball cap, but it is not. It is the shape of, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, you know, like not a retarded football, but like, you know how footballs are shaped like this? That's what that hat is shaped like.
So for those of you who don't know, this is a rugby ball. This is exactly how the hat is shaped.
And it's not even like made out of, it's made out of like spongy material, gets hella dirty, hella fast. So like, I'm black, I'm African American.
I can have my hair like this, I can have my hair in a bun like I usually have it, I can have it in ponytails, I can have it in braids, I can have it in a weave, but I get there and at the end of the day, I have to put my hair up. You can't have any hair on your hat.
This one kind of ties into the previous point. I said that the uniforms were dumb. Like, we have shoes for crews, right?
The minute that you walk from the door basically to get into like the actual back room, you have to have your shoes on even when you're coming in just to go to the locker room to change.
So, no, you cannot have your shoes in your locker. No, none of that. I mean, I would feel it would make so much sense if
we had lockers for us to leave our shoes in the lockers so we would never forget our shoes.
But, you know, that's just my opinion on the matter, and I just found that was dumb. And then also, with the shoes for crews thing, a pair that are like Crocs that my friend gave me, and then I have another pair and they're like kind of more ballpoint, they're more dressy, yada yada yada, right? So I was gonna try to wear my Crocs to work. Of course, you're not allowed to wear anything but 3 select shoes for crews styles that they pick out in black. So I used to work with like 3 of my really close friends.
Then one of them, I left the job. One of them I'm not friends with anymore. She still works there. And then another one of my friends also left the job. So at this point, I don't have any of my close friends at work with me.
Something that I always found weird about this company is that they don't keep the same managers. Like, you know how people would like to keep the same manager for like 3 years, 2 years at least, and then they transfer the manager, or the manager gets a promotion.
The manager is like every 3 months. So you get used to one manager, used to this one person, you get comfortable with this one person, you start enjoying your job, and then they get shipped away.
That to me just made no sense. It's like, how are you expecting us to have like a sense of community and family here if you sending niggas away all the time? The next bullet point that I have is a really big one that I'm really big on. So it's just on training.
Like, I feel like everybody should get an equal opportunity to be trained on something. Like, we have different positions at the job which get paid differently. Some people get more expedited training versus some people who just don't, who get overlooked for training. Like, they had this one guy come in. Why did they teach him how to cook in like 2 weeks? And he had his cert like 6 weeks later, right? But I had been training to cook for like 2 years, 1 year at the least. And I hadn't even gotten like certified by who I was supposed to get certified in the store.
That hadn't even happened. But here he comes in
and they magically
teach him how to cook and train him on cooking in like 3 weeks. And that to me is just not fair, because there have been people who have been there since I've been there and they haven't been trained on cooking. They haven't even been trained or even given the opportunity to train. And then another thing that I don't understand is
why are you training people once people leave? Why? If you trained people while there were people here, we would have more support while training and people wouldn't be stressed out.
Also kind of falls under the grooming little bullet point. So basically, you can have piercings, you can have tattoos, they just can't be visible. And then for your earrings, you can only have, and this was an issue for me because
I wanted to have my ears I still want my ears pierced all the way up here. Like, I want my ears, I want like 7 piercings in my ear. Whatever, it's my thing. So, I can't do that, because you're only allowed to have 2 in at once. at work, and then I still need to wait for them to heal, and I can't take the new ones out, so I'm gonna look dumb taking the old ones out. So I couldn't have any tattoos on my arm here, nothing here. Even if you had a tattoo like right here, if they could see it through your little polo, you would have to go put a shirt on. So like, it's
just another way that I felt like they stunted my creativity and just like me as an individual. And then another thing is, yes, they pay very well. They pay very well for what it is you are doing. But I want people to know that's because you multitask like crazy.
Like crazy. I could be assigned to do one really important task, but meanwhile they want me to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and D, E, F, and G. And it's like, how am I supposed to actually be doing my best?
So like, yeah, they pay well, but they pay you because the positions are stressful and they're going to ask more of you than just doing one position. The company as a whole just like changes its mind a lot about like procedures or ways that we do things. And to me, that never made any sense to me because it's like,
I already know. Like, I don't even, like, you can quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure new rules and make these new procedures aren't actually doing them in the store. It's just like the line of communication. So the person that made the rule tells the managers, and then the managers tell us. We're the ones actually doing it.
How do you know if this is faster? How do you know if this is easier? You're just inconveniencing people.
And the crazy thing is, they were like, oh, you can't do it this one certain way. 2 years later, we want you to do it this one certain way. Like, I don't have time. I don't have time. And like, obviously people could be like, well, they paid you to do it.
That's why I quit.
One of the reasons why I switched my jobs every freaking day, I went in there, I did the same thing. I left, my previous employer because I didn't want to be doing the same stuff every freaking day. There's not much variation ever. So like that shit gets really tiring. And it also gets like really taxing on your body.
Like, the positions I do are really taxing on, like, your hands, your wrists. I know people who've gotten carpal tunnel from this job, people who've gotten arthritis, people can't use their hands, people leave because their hands hurt too much. I don't know, for some reason, my hands were starting to hurt so much, my wrists hurt so much, arms were just feeling so sluggish. And I was like, what the heck? And, like, I couldn't even, like, lifting up my arm to grab, like, something to put down was burning my arms. Like, and I've done sports before. I'm a pretty athletic kind of person. I don't work out, but I still consider myself pretty athletic. So I can lift my hands above my head. You know what I mean? So like the fact that now it's starting to burn every time I do this,
that's a problem for me. So they realize these positions are taxing. So they have something that they do called proper rotation. Let me just say that never happens. Actually, okay, I'm gonna stop lying. I'm not gonna say that doesn't happen.
But I feel that if you go off of one taxing position, like cooking, you shouldn't be going on another taxing position, like working board. And yes, you guys can say, well, you got paid for it.
That's why I quit.
They're really big on like their wait times during the day. So if it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, they're like,
oh my God, the wait times can't be under this
right?
time.
They're all freaking out and
Oh
shit,
my
right?
God.
It's important. But then, where is everybody? And when I say everybody, I mean my coworkers, because
there are plenty of customers in here trying to eat, and they're waiting 20 minutes for a burger and some fries, which is ridiculous.
but we don't have any more people. And it's not like you can sit there and tell the customers,
I'm sorry, I know you ordered this, but we're short-staffed, so could you be patient with us?
I feel like they created a high pressure situation for us when they don't have to do that. Because 9 times out of the 10, the customer's not going to get mad at the manager. They're going to get mad at me. And they're going to try to cuss me out. And then I'm going to have to cuss them out.
Times, like, at all, at night. I don't even care. Someone can fight me on this. They don't care, because I've been there. So then the next bullet point that I have is always short-staffed, but we hit on that point.
Then the next point that I hit on is,
why are you open till 1:30 a.m.? Why are you open till 1 a.m.?
your employees want to go home. No one wants to be there till 1 a.m. in the morning. And then you have to close. So then you have to do everything that you do at closing. No one wants to do that. They try to make it seem like they're not such a profit-based company, but I really feel like they are. How much more money can you make? They could close at midnight. They could close at 11 o'clock. How much more money are you making within those 2 hours? So then another bullet point that I have, something that's a really big issue to me, like I just don't like it when I'm not treated with respect as an employee. Like forget about treating me with respect as like a person, but like
stop, put some respect on my name.
I had worked 2 other jobs before I started working there, and it was like
Never in my life.
Never have I ever worked at a place where they will keep you past the time you're supposed to work and
Won't say anything to you, won't ask you if you have anything to do later, if it's okay for them to keep you, and they just don't care. Like, they dead ass do not care.
do not try to get off on time. Do not try to get off early. It's not gonna happen. Then another thing that's not on my list, but I'm so glad I thought about it. How are you gonna ask your employees to basically kiss a customer's ass and then you're not gonna let us take tips?
That's why I quit.
You want me
To go ask this person if I can fill their ketchup up again. You want me to go ask this customer if they would like any chilies, if they would like any more chilies. You want me to ask the customer if they want a refill on their soda. You want me to bring the customer high chairs, up and things kids sit in, whatever they're called. You want me to bring that over to their table? You want me to open the door for them and open the door and eat it?
So when I heard that you couldn't take tips, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. We're over here giving people excellent customer service at a fast food place. Okay, so I just want you guys to tell me how much sense this makes to y'all, right? Okay. So I done start work at 11:30 a.m., right? And I don't get off till 8 p.m., right? Okay, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's 8 hours, right? Okay. So when you work an 8-hour shift, you get 2 10s and a 30-minute lunch break.
So the first 10 is usually first, then you take your 30-minute lunch break, and then before you go home, before you're about to go home, you take your last 10. So you can go back to work and still be energized and still do work, right?
So, okay. It's 6:50. I still haven't had my last 10.
I get off in an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be understanding. I'm not gonna say nothing.
They wouldn't do that to me. They would not wait to give me my last 10, 20 minutes before I start. I mean, before I go home, right? Look at my clock. It's 7:20. I get off work in 40 minutes. Why am I gonna wanna take a break for 10 minutes and then go home 20 minutes later? Like, just the thought process to me just doesn't come through.
The last 10-minute break is supposed to be so you're also able to get a break so you can get finished going through the rest of your shift. But
To some people, that doesn't matter. Just like you getting off on time does not matter. So, I don't exactly know the tea on this topic here. I just have preconceived notions that I'm going to tell y'all about. So, I was just observing how some people have extremely shitty schedules versus people who have really amazing schedules. Like, I asked my manager if I could get Friday off, and they were like, no.
then I asked them if I can get a Saturday off. No. Can I have Sunday off? No. Those are my busiest days. Why would I give you those off?
Because you have 20 other people here that can do the same shit I can do.
Like,
But I know for a fact there are people who do not work Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Okay? And you don't have 2 jobs. What are you doing? I don't know.
but I'm not with it. I'm not about to be here slaving on a Friday, slaving on a Saturday when you don't have enough people staffed on the shift.
No, it's not. I'm sorry, not gonna happen.
My next bullet point is that the rules only apply to certain people. So only certain people's buns can't be sticking out of their hats. Only certain people's hair has to be done right. Only certain people can dye their hair and still get away with it. Like, do you guys remember when I said we couldn't dye our hair? Some girl had burgundy hair. Some girl had blue hair. Some girl had green hair. Right? But my friend gets her hair braided up in some braids with a little bit of blonde in some of the braids, and that's an issue. She got to take her hair out. Like, I'll wait. What's the explanation behind that? None whatsoever. The rules only apply to certain people and they only apply sometimes. Another issue that I had is like I said, you guys make so much money and you don't do associate appreciation. Like, I have never had an associate appreciation party thrown there. They have never done any of that. They have never talked about doing any of that. I will not lie.
We have had 2 parties at our store. Those 2 parties are because we reached a certain goal of some sort. We just reached a certain goal of some sort. And let me just say, we weren't reaching no personal goal for us. So we reached a goal of some sort and we got rewarded these 2 parties.
But otherwise, it's nothing. Like, it's literally nothing. Like, you just come in, and then, oh my God, I didn't even have this down as a bullet point, but really, you can't have a break room.
All they have as a break room, I wouldn't even call it a break room. It is a table with 2 chairs. Then there's another table with 2 chairs and a computer.
So, you literally, if more than 2 people are taking a break, which happens, someone doesn't get a seat, right? And then someone was telling me that our locker rooms were like way larger than other people's were. And I'm like, that's how big is? That's how big is? Like, y'all got this much money.
But you can't make a big locker room. You can't have an actual break room. You can't have a refrigerator. Your employees can put stuff in the fridge. You don't have a microwave so we can heat up shit. Y'all be having people there all damn day.
Like, I'm so serious. Like, some people be there from like 11 to 9. Like, your only options are fries and beef. So yeah, my phone is about to die, but yeah, those are all of my little bullet points I had for why I personally decided to leave the company. I would have loved to be a manager, just not there. Because I feel like to be a manager, you have to agree with like the rules, the ideals, the philosophy, everything about the company. And everything about that company, I just started to hate. Like, I started to hate. Like, our district manager would come in and ask me, like, what's your favorite part of your job?
And I would have to sit there and lie because I don't like my job. I never liked my job. I mean, I liked it at the beginning when I was learning new shit. But, you know, when I start coming in and doing the same shit for 2 years.
Let me know if you guys have any questions, and if I can answer them, I will definitely answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. And if I do actually think about something else, about some more afterthoughts, you know, reflecting shit, I will come back and make like a part 2 video. That would be cool. All right, bye guys.